Alrighty, welcome everyone to another episode of Big Brain MMA podcast, episode 13, first contender series episode. Apologies for slacking a bit. I'm still on holiday in Europe. I've tried punching these out while here. I've done one, the Simone card, which is a good card for us with Scrap Kappa. But other than that, it's been hard to get Wi-Fi. I've been seeing family, going to the beach every day. So I've got a bit of time now, and I've taped this card. So I thought I'll do a quick one. It's not many fights, and uh, I'll just smash through it. I've done tape. Just a quick overview. Um, first contender series, I only had a little play on Romero against Bazookia. Lost pretty close. Got no regrets there. He was dog or pass side there. Bazookia's shown flaky tendencies, especially in the last fight, which I noticed a lot of cappers didn't even want to pay. It's $20 to pay and watch, and they were breaking down fights without even watching his last performance, but that's all right. None of my business. And then last week we did all right. I got 1.3 units. I just little sprinkles because you can't trust contender too much. I had Joff by finish. I had Marshall round 3, tiny sprinkle, which I lost. Annoying because I had a unit on Marshall and cashed out. Looked a massive favorite. I just didn't want to risk it. With uncertainties on how good Matthews actually is at round 1. We had Salvador as a big underdog. We had the under 2.5 there at $1.75. Great odds. And I think that's it. Yeah, we pretty much hit everything other than a tiny sprinkle of Marshall. So I don't envision as many plays on this card. Seems a bit rougher for plays, but I mean, a lot of my plays were last minute last week. I didn't even get to track him. I was in a little village, and a lot of them were props. So who knows? Maybe when props open up, some stuff will pop up. Some good plays. I'm still doing that competition. I won't be doing it for contender. There's no point. I'll do it for UFC still. You get the best bet will win. It's not going to be $100 anymore. It will be $50. It's just so I can keep doing it because $100 every week. One person's going to keep winning, so I'm essentially paying $100 to someone every single week. So on top of my bills and stuff, that adds up a bit. But I'll keep doing it. I don't know if I'll have time to do a full UFC breakdown. I am on the home stretch now. The last 3-4 days, I'm here and then I'm flying back. And then I'm just getting straight back into it. I'll be doing a podcast every single day for Bellator, PFL. Right, so bear with me. I'll just be enjoying my holiday for a little bit longer. Then and then I'll be back to regular podcasts and breakdowns. But other than that, that's enough talking, addressing everything. Let's get straight into it. First fight: Sandra Lovato versus Karolina Wojcik. I assume that's how you pronounce it. First, I thought Wojcik was the side. Clear grappling and wrestling advantage. Massive high level of competition. Lovato has just been fighting absolute cans, even in her recent fights. But then upon finishing, I mean, this is a low level fight. End of the day, I don't want to force anything. It's odds are worse than -200. I didn't want to parlay that. I mean, I see a lot of people parlaying these last 2 weeks. Contender series, I couldn't think of anything worse than parlaying juice favorites on contender. You should be looking for dogs. As we saw with Salvador, and pretty much every dog has value, unless it's like a setup fight. In this one, Lovato is dropping down. She's already the taller girl. Wojcik is tiny. She's 5'2". There's no height on Lovato on topology, but you can see she's tall and long, and she's got long punches. She sticks to the moves. Wojcik, in the last 3 fights I watched in KSW, has a few striking battles and doesn't really go proactively wrestle. And in the fight that she won by split decision before KSW, she did try to wrestle and got stuffed a few times. And Lovato, we haven't seen her get wrestled in the last 3 fights, and maybe she's improved in the last 3 years. There's just a lot of questions, and she's dropping down, just like Salvador. Salvador was dropping down against Ross, and he was already bigger. I don't know. She's just they're both decision machines, and if Wojcik can't put a stamp on rounds, and it's going to be a close striking battle, I mean, it's a dog or pass. Do I want to play Lovato? I mean, with the bad takedown defense, things I saw on tape, I don't know, but It's at the moment it's a pass. I might like the over. Probably going to be juiced to the gills. I'll see how Lovato looks on the scale. If she looks massive, and and people keep putting Wojcik in parlays because I see that's the talk of the town. You know, parlay her with another guy on the card, then I'll just wait and hit another dog. It's been good to me so far. So at the moment, it's a pass fight. I got a lot of questions about Lovato. Wojcik is too juiced. She fights close. She might be able to get her wrestling going, but will she proactively wrestle? You don't know. So pass fight at the moment. Lovato's best chance is to stick and move. We'll see. We'll see when props open up. Potentially an over, potentially Lovato decision as an underdog. It's going to be good odds. Maybe sprinkle that. I actually like that now that I mention it. But yeah, let's move on to the next fight. Carpenter Ciao. Carpenter is the talk of the town for a parlay piece. Honestly, I think he's probably the likeliest guy to win here. Actually, other than one more person, I shouldn't have said that, but that actually has decent odds, and they would actually advocate for putting in parlays for once in my life. Yeah, Carpenter is just a solid dude. He has so many grappling credentials, IBJJS champion, and he's young. He's got good wrestling. He went to a decision with no guy, Medina, I think, and just striked with him and then mixed in takedowns in all 3 rounds and just cruised to a decision. And his last 2, he just knocked people out. He just seems to be the all-around package. He can switch stances. He doesn't seem uncomfortable in the striking. He's like I said, tons of BJJ credentials, good wrestler. Chira's on the other side. He actually reminds me of that girl that I just broke down, the Lovato chick. He's tall. He throws long punches. He's got bad takedown defense. He's been taken down a lot in most of his losses. Most of his wins are by striking knockouts. He goes for a triangle a lot off his back, and I thought, okay, maybe something to worry about. But, I mean, he can't finish it. He can't finish it. Trujillo kept taking him down for 3 rounds, and the triangle was essentially 80% of the way in. When you get the triangle in 80% and you control your shin and you lock it in, that should be the end. Triangle's one of my favorite submissions. If you don't lock it up and people can posture up, that's a problem. But if you're breaking down the posture with your shin and you get it in, that should be a wrap. And this guy just can't finish it. And these wrestlers are just putting their head in triangles and he's going for it and they still pass. And in the end, Aguilar, another guy that wrestled him, Aguilar seems all right. It was for a title fight, but UWC, that's a really bad promotion. Trujillo wrestled him, Aguilar wrestled him, and he actually hurt him as well, busted him up late, and then guillotined him as well. He got finished by Osuna, a 0-0 guy. Just a really low level of competition, and even the guys with decent record 5-2 and 10-3, his last one. I mean, they're all like Combate and Mexican records, like they're all padded every single time. So yeah, I mean, Carpenter again, massive favorite. He can come in confident and get sparked. He's got a height and reach disadvantage, but he should win here. He should win. Am I advocating a play on $1.30 favorite? Not really. You want to put him in a parlay. For once, I'm finding a favorite that I would put potentially in a parlay. Maybe Joff last week as well, but it was too hittable. But yeah, I don't know. Not for me. I don't think there's anything on this card to parlay. So Carpenter, it's his fight to lose in every step of the way. So up to you what you want to do with it, but it's a pass fight for me. Again, hopefully some good props, maybe a finish prop. We'll see what we get. Anwar Boynazarov and Eric Silva. This is probably my favorite fight of the card. Seems like a somewhat competitive fight. It's got good odds. Anwar's an absolute animal in the striking department. I mean, people talking about him beating Giga. He's got a great Muay Thai record. He's an explosive. He's got a great step-in knee, leg kick, explosive. He seems to have strong hips. Problem is, there's only 4 bums, right? That Rob Fuller guy that he knocked out 1-10. That was the guy that Matthews fought last week on his record and ran through him in 1 round. He's essentially got all losses in round 1, so knocking him out means absolutely nothing. 0-0 guy. 4-2. John Pham was decent, I guess. He got him with the step in knee as well. But just zero adversity. I've seen him stop a few takedowns, but again, it was um, against bums and against people that were rocked and just panic shooting against him. And like I said, you can still kind of tell that he's got strong hips. I mean, a lot of these explosive kickboxers, he's more explosive than anything. They do have strong hips, and he is training with Pantoja and at ATT or American Top Team. I always forget now. And Tiger Muay Thai, like he's going around the place. There's no doubt he's expanding his skill set, but it's hard to know. It's hard to know how good he is on the ground. I've seen he's competed in grappling competitions as well. I haven't really watched them. Didn't want to go too deep. A crap ton of fights to watch this week, Bellator, PFL, etc. But yeah, just a really good kickboxer. And Eric Silva, on the other hand, I watched every single fight available. I wish I could find more, but essentially every single fight, zero resistance, decent leg kick, he throws hard. Wrestling doesn't seem the greatest, but he gets it to the ground, maybe because of the low level of opposition. A really good back taker and a really good rear naked choke. You can see he's got good technique. Only now that I'm training that I can respect how hard it actually is to finish a rear naked choke on a good opponent. People that can defend and tuck their chin and tough it out. And if you're gassed, etc., this guy just seems to have a good technique. He jumps on and he just knows how to finish it. Again, I've seen absolutely zero adversity from him too. He's a bit older. He's 35, I think. I think this is his ceiling. It's just two guys that one guy has knocked everyone out in round one. One guy has submitted everyone in round one. He's got a loss by round three, rear naked choke by an 0-0 fighter, a bit of a red flag. I wish I could find that. I wish I could find his other two decisions after that. I don't know. I don't know how good he is. He's obviously got good jiu-jitsu. Both guys have fought a bum level of competition. Eric Silva, you can argue, has fought, slightly better guys. Because they've got a better record on the eye, 18-6, 12-5. But Lux, 6-6, 8-3. Lux trash. Just all these Mexican promotions, man. We had that other guy that Frivola ran through in round one that was on Contender Series, that Mexican dude, just finishing everyone in Lux in round one, and I don't think is UFC level. So I don't know. To me, it's probably a Dago pass. I think Anwar could potentially knock out Silva. I haven't even seen either shot. I haven't even seen Anwar how he deals with the good jiu-jitsu fighters on the ground. It's just I want to hit something. I'm leaning towards Dogger pass. I feel like Anwar could run through him here if he stops a few takedowns and knock him out. But there's so many questions. I hit half a unit because I thought the line would move, and the line did move. I don't know. Maybe I use tape index. Maybe I can do my own due diligence and try to find some underground tape. But at the moment, it's a Dogger pass for me because, I don't know. I think, no doubt, Silva's coming against the best striker he's ever fought. I just think, too many questions, man. 2 questions. I'll wait till the props open up. Maybe little sprinkles on. The under could be a good play. Honestly, the under could be a good play if you want to be very basic in your breakdown and say, one guy could get a knockout, the other guy could get a submission. We could get a war and, a great fight. But, yeah. Again, unfortunately, another pass on the money line side and good fight. And let's see what props open up. I could be looking at some KOs, some submission sprinkles. Someone I really, really respect. People might know him, Mr. Sads. He's looking at playing Silva. He thinks Anwar has a white belt, and not often you get to fade a white belt at these odds. But I don't know. For me, I might have to pass for now. All right, Paulo Renato Jr., Jamal Pogues. This is a fight. I might have a play on this fight. Paulo Renato Jr., there's only 2 fights I can find on him. both at welterweight. Pogues is coming in on short notice. He's moving up at heavyweight. Paulo is a heavyweight now. He's doing the old reverse cannoneer. I don't have any tape in the last 4 years. How good is he? I have no idea. In the welterweight fights I've seen, he's got some hands. I like his hands. I like how he strikes and whatnot. What's going on, Australia legend? I I like how he strikes. I like he seems to have that aggressive striking arsenal, but he got dropped in the fight after that. He's fighting cans. What is he? Yeah, absolute cans on the regionals. I mean, those welterweight fights were like 5 years ago. He doesn't look too bad at heavyweight. Like, he doesn't look fat. He's most likely gone on some vitamins as well. Um, who knows? You can't. These Brazilians that are dropping in weight for contender and that are finishers, they're the money makers. Like Salvador last week, yes, he was fighting cans and he had a big hole in his takedown defense, but he had power and he was aggressive, and Ross was hittable. I mean, Pogues is hittable as well, and anytime he's taken a step up in competition, he's lost. Yes, they're decent fighters. You know, Young, rest in peace, Young. Young's been in Bellator and PFL, and Polizzi's decent. He beat that Marcus Brigago guy on Contender Series, was 11-0, but that's a fraudulent 11-0. Tim Healy in LFA, his last fight, he just wrestled him. I mean, if he's just going to wrestle Paulo here to a boring decision, and he's moving up in weight to heavyweight, I don't know if he's ever fought at heavyweight. He probably has when he was younger. Catchweight, light heavyweight. Not recently. Oh, he has Casey Saunders. It has a few years ago. So I don't know. It's a lot of question marks again. A lot of question marks. Maybe I can try find Paulo's tape. I mean, if Tape Index can't find it, they usually do a really good job. I probably can't find it either. But I'm honestly considering taking a blind stab on Jamal. Sorry, not Jamal, Paulo. I mean, depending how it looks on scale, he might have a weight advantage. If he looks ripped, you know, how much has Jamal been training? He probably will wrestle him. He will have a wrestling advantage. Bernardo seems to have good jits. In that second fight where he got hurt and dropped, he got a sweep. The sweep didn't impress me too much. It was against a low-level opponent. It was like an omoplata sweep, but it was nothing special, nothing technical. And then when he got on top with the average takedown, he was looking for a das, and then he ended up finishing with the guillotine choke. He seems to have okay jiu-jitsu. I don't know. This is just a fade on Jamal, who's a $1.30 favorite, and you know, he's coming in against this unknown Brazilian who can swing bombs. I liked his technique 5 years ago. Surely his boxing is the same, if not improved, you know. And Jamal's gassed before from wrestling. He's not really dangerous on top. I'm just gonna wait this out. See how the odds. This is the guy, Jamal, that everyone wants to parlay. $1.30. I mean, that to me, that's suicide. I don't know why you'd do that. Surely after 2 weeks of contender, you learned your lesson. But yeah, this is the one I'm going to wait out and see how it goes. Money's definitely going to keep coming in on Pogues. People are going to be parlaying him. They're going to be parlaying with the women fighter. Surely they're not going to be parlaying with Bo Nicole at this crazy odds. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how the weigh-ins look, and I'll probably take a tiny sprinkle on Paulo Renato Jr. because, I mean, you don't have to go overboard. And yeah, I'll take a shot. Why not? And last but not least, Zachary Borrego versus Bo Nicole. This should be a quick one. I mean, what can I say here? The odds are insane. If you are going to take Bo Nicole, I mean, you got to take him by finish. Every single one of his wins was by finish, amateur and pro. I was really impressed by his striking against in his debut. Yeah, that guy was 0-0 and it seemed like a bit of a Neanderthal, but he ran through him, right? He seems comfortable. He's a southpaw. He seems comfortable to throw. He's got that. He's more of a DC, and it gives me the impression he's more of a DC and Cejudo type wrestling athlete. They're really good at picking up they're world-class athletes. They're really good at picking up other skills. Not so more like Sebi. If anyone knows Sebi, the Egyptian wrestler who's a flake. Nickal actually seems to be good at everything. He grappled with Gordon Ryan. Obviously, got submitted, but he's doing grappling comps. His striking looks great. He's a high-level wrestler. Borrego is just a striker. He's finished 2 bums. He's been finished himself in both his losses. Once he got taken down and rear naked choked. The other time he just got knocked out and just ran through in 30 seconds. And this was all 2000. That was all last year. Like a year ago in amateur circuit. I mean, even these odds are going to be juiced. Let's be honest. Again, if you are going to parlay Bo Nicole, who knows? He's probably going to I don't know. We don't know how he is getting hit. You just parlay him with the finish. I mean, if he goes out there and just wrestles for 3 rounds, he should be able to get a ground and pound finish. He should be able to get a submission, right? This guy's been submitted by a lot worse guys, but end of the day, I'm not advocating. Depends on the odds. We'll see what the props are. If it's like $1.30, maybe the under is better. Maybe the under 1.5 rounds would be better. Minus 200. I might smash that. Especially with Dana White wanting finishes. I don't think Bo Nicole's going to come out there and just lay and pray. So yeah, Bo Nicole by finish. Am I going to have anything? We'll see when the props open up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll do a little rundown. First fight, dog or pass. I might like the over. Lollywood Women's MMA. Don't want to force anything. That girl's dropping down. She's got the length advantage. She seems improved. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Second fight, Carpenter should win. Maybe a parlay piece for you guys. That's probably the most likely. Anwar, Eric Silva. I'm really interested in the props there. Submission, KO. I don't know. I've retaped Anwar again. I might have to retape Eric Silva, but there's just nothing there. I don't want to waste my time taping things 3-4 times. It just means I don't have a good read. Paulo Renato probably going to be a play, but no rush. See where the line is if people keep parlaying pokes. And Nickal finish. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I'll have as many plays here as last week, but let's see when the props open up. Going straight into taping other fights now, Bellator and whatnot. Probably, I don't want to make any promises, but worst case, give me 1 more week and I'm back to Australia and I'll be taping fights hard and giving you guys strong leans and plays. And the competition will be back in full swing. Other than that, everyone, good luck on Contender, and I'll see you all in a week. Worst case scenario. Good luck.